and gates are open. They sent on their way, and Trillion Dreams seem to hesitate out of the gates. Like a Butterfly along the inside rail began well. Miss Pryor, the red sleeves and cap, is wider out on the track. Opera Versus in the middle. Then came behind those Flying Solo, the black cap. Baie Mooi races just in behind that one. Then came Natural Wonder further back, the silver sleeves, red cap. Further back in the field is Ruby Claire, who holds the fence, and then about 5 lengths back then to Trillion Dreams, who's the trailer. Past the 600-meter mark, and Miss Pryor leads the way, got it by a length. 2 in second, Like a Butterfly. Racing in third spot on the outside is Opera Verse. Baie Mooi, the white cap on the fence, got 5 lengths to make up. Then Flying Solo further back in the field, and then came Ruby Claire as they come to the final 300, and Baie Mooi's picked it up. Gone about 2 lengths clear. Miss Pryor, Like a Butterfly, and Ruby Claire's further back. Opera Versus on the stand side, but it's Baie Mooi well clear in the closing stages. And Baie Mooi, by about 6 lengths in the end, is going strongly. And Baie Mooi has won it. Second placing to Ruby Claire, Miss Pryor third, and fourth to Opera Verse. 6 is how they crossed the line in race number 1. So Baie Mooi hit the front at the top of the straight under Richard Fourie and keeps on finding on debut. Just keeps on going there, clear by about 3 lengths now, and just continues to extend on that leaders in the middle, and racing it behind those Ruby Claire, Opera Verse and Miss Pryor. 8-2-1-6. That's how they cross the line.
Well, the word from the trainer on Wednesday morning was, I really hope she lives up to her namesake. And Baie Mooi, well, she has done just that. First run, her debut in her career, she comes through to really win a very, very easy race. In fact, she's romped home this afternoon, so very well done to all her connections. Very well done to her groom, Humphrey, as well. Had her looking outstanding this afternoon, and as a result, he will be collecting 1,500 Rand from World Sports Betting. As usual, fantastic to have Godfrey on hand to collect on Humphrey's behalf. And Godfrey, thank you very much. Richard, well, we all know this is his favourite way to start the day. That's in the winner's box, and great to have him joining us here. Richard, throughout the day, we'll touch on shortly, you've got a couple of really short price favourites, so the horses that are really, I'm sure you as well, are hoping will perform well. But the first favourite is home, and yeah, she really did a good job.
Yeah, look, I found it very interesting for her to be favourite. Knowing her from Cape Town, she was very small, never really showed anything at home, and I can vouch for a whole bunch of jockeys from back in the Cape who would agree with me. She really didn't show you anything. She was tiny. I think with her being on the poly track, she's got a bit of a stocky little action, and obviously the Cape work tracks are really heavy. Maybe that's where you know, she's going to be finding her winners, but also very well placed first time out. I think it was probably one of the weakest fields all season long, not bad-mouthing any of the other runners in the race, but it was just not a very, very strong field. So well placed, well done to the boss. He make me look like Stupido. And well done to Richmond, nominee Craig Kiswitter, and Mr. Effa himself. What a good way to start a career, and hopefully the handicapper will take into consideration what the actual scope of the race was. Thank you, boss. But yeah, it wasn't a strong field, and she had a good debut. So well done to everybody concerned, and well done to the big boss, Alan. I'm surprised. So thank you to him, and again to my sponsor at Richmond.
Yeah, well, not too often we find Richard without words, but Baie Mooi has done it. Richard, the horses that are really short in the market going forward, for all the right reasons, I have to feel, Splice the main brace. Let's start with her in race 3.
Lovely draw. She's carried that weight and won. Obviously, always respect Happy Holly with the weights. Maybe things didn't go too clued up for her last time, but I've got a nice draw.
Are you worried about your stable companion? Because I know you rate her, but Ignite the Light.
Yes, very much. Very scared of her. Strong individual, nice filly, and we've got a very good jockey,
Yeah.
Craig Zaki, so I've got to respect that filly as well.
Someone else who's really going to appreciate a draw for a change is Walk on the Wild Side in race 4.
Oh, yes. Everything's completely the opposite this time around. With the fillies, with a good draw, lovely sort of distance, so looking forward to that.
And finally, towards the end of the day, in fact, the last race of the day, race 8, Sweet Nothings, really eye-catching local debut last time out over shorter.
Yes, never really took to the poly that day. She didn't like the kick up in her face. I was on the inside. They always improve. Lovely distance. Everything looks good in that race.
Well, we'll cross our fingers for you. Well done for this one.
Let's hope so. I want to keep the punters happy so I don't get any private messages in my Instagram and Facebook.
I do feel for
Thank
jockeys
you.
in that respect, yeah. You get some really, really evil messages out there, which I think is totally uncalled for. But on the brighter side of things, great to have Alan stepping in to have a chat about the filly winning the first race. And Alan, I'll go way back. You've always told me that the famous saying, they're always good lookers in the winner's box, and this one was Baie Mooi in the winner's box.
Baie Mooi, yes. Yeah, you know, she just ticked the right boxes, and I nominated her. I was half tempted to run her last week, Friday. Then new weights came out. She was drawn 1 on the poly. I thought, looked at the field, right race, right place, right draw. We'll go, we'll scratch, we'll stay here, and she won a really, really good race. So very well done to Ridgemont and Devon Heifer, the partnership there, Reiki Sveta and co. You know,
On that note, if I could interrupt, they will also be getting an extra 15,000 Rand for being members of the Racehorse Owners Association. So
Well,
congratulations to them for that.
well done
Thanks,
to them.
Neil.
And you know, I always say it's it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Pay your subscription, and you win one. It will pay your subscription for a while, and the rest will be gravy. And yeah, nice race. It was nice to have some visitors from Austria here helping us lead the filly in, so hopefully they had a good time and enjoy their days racing here.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Fantastic always to have visitors to the Eastern Cape, and glad to see that they are enjoying it so very much. Alan, well done. Great start to the day.
Thank you.
Just got to echo those sentiments to the owners and the breeders here, Ridgemont Highlands, and owned in partnership with Devon Heifer, bred and then owned in partnership with Devon Heifer. Congratulations, great start here for number 8, Baie Mooi. And to all the punters out there, great start to the day. Let's see how it continues.